When I was young, I didn't have a concept of physical beauty until this one fateful day. My family and I went out of town for swimming, and I think I was 9 or 10 at that time. And so my nephew, who was like 2 years old at that time, we were just playing at the kiddie pool, and then there was this girl. I think she was around 4 or 5 years old, and she told my nephew, "Don't play with her. She's ugly." And I'm like, "Me?" And I looked around and I realized there was just the three of us in the pool, so it was definitely me. And so when we came home the next day, I told my mom about it, and she told me, "Some people may think you're beautiful, some people may think you're ugly, but in the eyes of God, there's no beautiful, no ugly. Everyone is perfect in His eyes. And as long as you have a beautiful heart, you are beautiful and God loves you." And so I hold on to that belief. And it was kind of weird because after that day, the people around me, they were just mocking me for my physical appearance. And, some people will say, "Ha, you're ugly." Or they will do it with a combo, like they're pointing their finger at me, like, "Ha, you're ugly." And, oh, by the way, these are adults in their 20s, early 20s or mid 20s. But, yeah, and, or someone will say, "You think you're pretty? Yeah. Go to Zimbabwe and you're gonna be the prettiest girl in that country." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, those girls have the most beautiful eyes." Or someone will say, "You look like an African American girl." And I'm like, "Those girls have the most angelic voices and they can really dance well, like effortlessly." It's weird. And or someone will say, "You think you're pretty? Yeah, you're gonna be pretty if you're from another planet." You know what? It's not a bad idea. We things, Earthlings, our planet is so dense. As a high dimensional creature like me, I am having a difficulty coping up with your planet. Or, you know, um, for the animals, we have a rabbit, owl, tarsier, hippopotamus. I don't know where the stress is, so hippo. Or frog, monkey, and not just an ordinary monkey. It has to be a monkey hanging on a branch. How creative. Not swinging, just hanging, like hang. And so I told my mom about it, and she said, "Don't mind those people who are mocking you because God will lift you up." And at that time, I had, some questions about that, but I don't want my mom to worry anymore. But, to myself, I'm thinking, does not mean that God will lift me up, like in the sense, those people who used to call me ugly, they're gonna look up to me someday, or lift me up like God will lift me up if I'm sad and lonely. And I said, "Nah, it's way too complex for me. I'll just stick with my beautiful heart concept." And so, the saga of the mockery continues. And the only day that I'm gonna be having a peace of mind would be every Sundays. I love Sundays. Sunday is a peaceful day for me. And I'm not gonna explain it to you why. You go figure. And so, sometimes I cry at night before I go to bed. Sometimes I fight back when someone will say "You're ugly," I'm gonna be like, "I'm not ugly." Or if someone says to me, "You're ugly," I'm like, no energy to react. But in my mind, the girl has exams. Mock me next week. I'm gonna be available, not today. I'm busy. And so, one day I told myself, I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't want to cry anymore. I have to do something about this. And I began to think. And I said, maybe I am ugly for some people. Okay, that's fine. And I said, if I can't offer my physical beauty, there must be something else good about me. And I said, what are the usual compliments that I'm getting from people? And I remember my mom's amigas, my mom's friends, they thought I was smart. And I even remembered one of them saying, "Oh, Grace is so cute because she's smart." Aw, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. So if I'm smart, I can be cute. Where's the connection? But it's not a bad idea, okay? Sure. So if I'm smart, I gotta be smarter. And for me to be smarter, I gotta be a fast learner. And I'm gonna gather information about people's interest so that I'll have the ability to talk to people from all walks of life. And when I get older, I gotta learn how to wear high heels. And I've, I've noticed that when women turn the age of 40, they become really voluptuous. And so I said, by the age of 30, I should be starting to exercise so I can retain my slim figure. And for the physical beauty, I'll address it later because I need a job for that, so I can get the salary to have the money to buy the beauty products that I need. Perfect. It's a perfect plan. And of course, my beautiful heart concept. And so, thinking about it now, I didn't actually focus on my flaw, but I focused on what I can work on and enhance the qualities that I already have. And thus, I created my own beauty standards, which allowed me to be, comfortable in my own skin. And so, when, there are times that there are these beautiful ladies, like really beautiful, they're gonna look at me in a certain way, and I know that they're insecure. And I understand that they have their own wounds to heal, but deep inside me, girl, if you only knew the number of hours that I spent in the bathroom just waiting for the whitening soap to really sink into the epidermis of my skin while bearing the stinging sensation of the soap's formula, you wouldn't be jealous of me. I'm telling you, you're gonna be grateful for the beautiful face that you have. Don't waste your energy on me. And so now that I'm learning about the mirror theory, when they say that if you judge someone, it's like you're looking at your own reflection. And so I thought, those people who said that I was ugly, it's either that's what they think about themselves, or they are annoyed with the fact that I am confident, so they want to bring me down. And of course, they didn't know about my beautiful heart concept, or they want to bring me down so they can feel good about themselves. I got it all wrong. I thought I was the queen of the animal kingdom. Wrong credential. But, somewhere along the way, I forgot about my beautiful heart concept, and I became one of those people who used to mock me.